Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise Postgame Show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise Post-Game Show from Bronco Nation News.
Good evening, Boise State fans. Welcome on into ExtraMile Arena. Boise State wins this one. Final score 88-65. The Broncos setting the program record with their 20th straight home victory. My name is BJ Rains. This is Lithia Ford of Boise, a post-game show, LithiaFordBoise.com. Check them out. View that full inventory of vehicles. And if you're looking for that next vehicle, highly recommend the folks at Lithia Ford of Boise. Again, we're live here at ExtraMile Arena. 88-65, the final. 20 straight home wins, a new program record for Boise State, and it's tied for the third longest active streak in the nation. So ExtraMile Arena has always been a tough place to play, and now it is statistically one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball. The third longest winning streak in the country right now at home for the Boise State basketball team. That is 20 wins in a row at home. So 88-65. We'll take your comments. We'll take your thoughts. We'll hear from Leon Rice. We'll hear from Max Rice. We'll hear from Omar Stanley. Holly Cook's going to want to hear from Omar Stanley. She was loving that double-double from Omar today. And, he really stepped up. 27 minutes. He was 7 of 10 from the field. 14 points, 10 rebounds for Omar Stanley as he continues to play well for the Broncos. But Max Rice was the high scorer tonight. 24 points for Max Rice. He goes 4 of 8 from downtown. That's, I think, 3 games in a row now where Max has gotten his shooting going. And you're not hearing much from the Max Rice haters of late with how he's playing. So good to see Max Rice playing well, and looks like that the early season slump is behind him. Chibuzo Abo had 19 points, and I think all of Abo's points might have been in the first half. I mean, he just came out on fire again early in the game, hitting some shots, and he ends up with 19 points, a quiet 19. 15 for Tyson Degenhart. We mentioned the 14 for Omar Stanley, 7 for Andrew Meadow, 5 for Cam Martin, 2 for Mo Silla and Roddy Anderson III. Roddy Anderson III only had 2 points, but I thought he had maybe his best game. He was 1 of 5 from the field, but 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and no turnovers in 26 minutes for Roddy Anderson. So I thought he played really well tonight. And this is his second game since moving back into the starting lineup. So overall, I thought it was a really nice win for Boise State, which they agree. Very nice win. First half was the best they've looked all year by far. Roddy looked awesome as a distributor. I agree with that. Looking forward to Thursday. And that's going to be an interesting game up there in Spokane against Washington State on Thursday. Bronco Nation News, of course, will be there. So looking forward to getting up there courtside at Spokane Arena. And that's going to be a big game. We'll talk about that a little later in the show. But Boise State, 5 wins in a row. They're 8-3 on the season. They've improved 10 spots in the last 2 games at Ken Palm. They're improving in the net ranking, and they were supposed to win this game by like 12. They won by, I think, 23. So probably going to see another nice jump in the net rankings. They came in, I think, at number 80. So if you can get to another 10-spot bump or so in the net ranking when it updates overnight tonight, that would be a huge positive for Boise State as well. But overall, 33 of 67 from the field. That's 49.3%. So the Broncos shoot well again. They were 12 of 27 from downtown, 44%. And I really thought this game, Boise State got off to a nice start. got up, I think, 17-5 early in the game and led by double digits pretty much the whole game. So they got going fast, got it going, and were able to kind of keep it rolling here tonight. Kay Foster saying the Max Rice haters are nowhere to be found. Nope, I agree with that. They've been pretty quiet so far. So, again, Boise State, the biggest lead was 29 there at the half. Let it get away from them a little bit in the second half, but still played really well, played nice, and were able to keep the lead, well over 19-20 points, I think, the whole second half, and they win by 23. Again, 8-3 now in the season. Boise State has won 5 games in a row. They came back from that East Coast trip, and they were 3-3, and a lot of people were kind of wondering about the team. Well, now they've got, wins over St. Mary's, North Texas, and then 3 straight after that. 5 wins in a row now. And again, the computer metrics are improving. The record is improving, and this team looks like it's coming together at the right time here. So maybe after all, Leon Rice knew what he was doing with this schedule. Play a couple of tough games early, and obviously the team now is responding, playing well, improving. I thought that this game was one of the best games they've played all year. I just thought they looked better, they improved, and you're finally seeing this team really get better with each game here. And I think that this last stretch where you played Western Oregon, Northwestern State, and Cal State Fullerton, 3 games you were heavy favorites over, you just wanted to not only win the games, but improve and feel like you're moving in the right direction. And I thought tonight you definitely saw that, or this afternoon. I thought you really felt like you had a team that's getting better, making fewer mistakes, only 11 turnovers, I think it was tonight, and they had 19 assists on 33 buckets. So they're moving the ball, they're not turning it over. This was for sure in the first half, but overall, probably just given the level of opponent, probably the best game they've played all season. I mean, Fullerton was 188 at KenPom. They're literally in the middle. They're, right there at 50% in terms of the rankings. So that's not a terrible team. I mean, half of college basketball is worse than them. So I thought from that standpoint, Boise State played pretty well, was able to get a nice win. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. This is the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show. Again, Lithia Ford Boise. Check them out, lithiafordboise.com. View that full inventory of vehicles. We are in the Cutwater Studios, the Cutwater Mobile Studios here at ExtraMile Arena. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Highly recommend the Pina Colada, the Mai Tai, the Long Island Iced Tea, all the margaritas. Can't go wrong with a Cutwater, and I'll be probably having a couple this evening. We're going to do Christmas with my kids tonight. Been a long week, and we got to school. Want to have them a chance to play with some of their toys before we go out of town for Christmas. So Santa Claus maybe making an early appearance at the Rains house, and maybe watching them open up some gifts with a Cutwater. So check them out, Cutwater Spirits. And again, more than 35 flavors, pre-mixed, pre-made premium cocktails. You can get one at your local gas station or grocery store. Let's hear from Max Rice, and then Omar Stanley pops in as well. But let's hear from Max Rice after the game just a minute ago.
What's the significance, if any, of 20 straight home wins in the program record?
Yeah, I think that's a big shout out to our fans. They've been great for us. And just the dedication to show up every night at home. I think we just feel really comfortable here, and I think we seem to play pretty good here as well.
Well, what does that mean coming in, knowing that you guys play well at home, knowing you're going to have a nice crowd, and whenever you see a home game on the schedule, knowing you got a good chance to win?
Yeah, that's huge, especially if you're trying to make the NCAA tournament, just to have somewhere to come back to and feel like you have a great chance to win. And that's kind of been our thing, just even if we have some tough road losses, to be able to come back to Boise and feel really comfortable is huge.
You guys had a season low 7 turnovers tonight. What was key to kind of taking care of the ball?
I think Roddy did a really good job with his pace tonight. He's been working on that a lot, and I think you could see it he was finding me and Buzo in the first half, doing a great job. I think we got sped up a little bit in the second half, but other than that, I think we did a great job.
I was asking about that with Roddy. I mean, he's got a couple of those plays, just kind of a simple play. The man is the right play at times. So just his growth, and he only scores 2 points, but at times his impact screamed.
Yeah, and you saw some of his energy too. He was kind of bringing the place to life. And in film this week, Leon called it the Drew Brees, just make the easy play. Just because I think Roddy got a little caught up in some of those like crazy plays where he'd drive and just try to make a spectacular one. But also it's just getting that chemistry right too. Like I talked about, it's going to take a couple of weeks, and I think you're kind of seeing us get better.
If you can kind of continue to play like that, I mean, that's now 51 minutes his last 2 games with 0 turnovers for him.
Yeah.
How dangerous is this team with him playing like that?
Yeah, nice of you to join us, though. It's really impressive just for him to be able to kind of flush what he did 2 weeks ago. I had 6 turnovers to flush that, and then he's been great ever since then. So I'm really proud of him where he's at right now.
Max, you guys came back from the East Coast, you're 3-3, and To win 5 straight now, I mean, you haven't lost in a couple of weeks. I mean, how do you feel like the team's progressing here?
Oh, we're progressing in a lot of different ways. I think you saw it with Omar tonight. He was just a rock for us. Whenever one of those guards would get by our guards, he'd be there to help. And that's something we've also been working on, just helping each other. And I think you saw that on the defensive end tonight. That's a big jump for us.
Do you feel like you guys, first you and then maybe you, Omar, but do you feel like you guys got accomplished what you wanted to in these 4 home games? I mean, the early schedule is tough, and you guys have traveled, but do you guys feel like you got what you wanted to accomplish in these last 4 games?
You want to take this one?
Yeah, me personally, I think, we could always do better. And so I feel like some of the games, to me personally, like, is we've gone out of it and we've been like, man, like, it kind of felt like a loss a little bit, you know what I mean? Because we could do so much better, and we know our potential. But, I mean, we've definitely done some good things, you know what I mean? So, I mean, all wasn't bad, but we could always be better.
You guys had 4 players in double figures tonight. I haven't obviously seen all of your games this season, but, how key has that been to kind of spread the ball around?
You got it.
It's been essential. It's been essential. That's what we need. We can't have a couple guys that's scoring every night because, obviously that's not going to lead to consistent wins. You know what I mean? Everybody has to have the ball at times, and everybody has to score the ball. So when everybody's scoring, that's what we need.
Omar, I know you're kind of new, obviously, this year of the program, but 20 wins, the program record now. What's it like just when you play a home game, knowing you're going to have a nice crowd? And I know you haven't seen it yet when it's packed. It will be for conference and stuff. But what's it like playing a home game here and the boost you get from the crowd?
Yeah, man, it's been great. You know what I mean? It's honestly been a blessing. This crowd's great. And it's a very versatile crowd. Our fans are amazing. You know what I mean? Our alumni are amazing. It's all been well.
Is that, like I said, we've been around this year, but is that now that it's 18, 19, 20? I mean, you guys, is that a big deal to kind of keep this thing getting the streak as long as you can?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Why not?
Omar, where do you feel like you're kind of like making your biggest growth? I mean, 27 minutes tonight, you're really getting a chance to respond and be in the flow of the game. Like, I don't know if you have how many opportunities you have to do that at St. John. So, like, where do you feel like you are making your biggest jumps right now?
Yeah, well, obviously in the past couple of games, I've had foul trouble, and I think that's been very important to me staying out on the floor. And one of the things that I've been working on this week and, past couple of weeks is rebounding, because obviously we struggled in the past with rebounding. I definitely put that on myself, I had to be a better rebounder, and I feel like that showed a little bit tonight.
You get your first college double-double.
Yep, yeah.
How does that feel?
It feels good, man. I feel like it's a long time coming. I'm glad to be on this team doing it.
Max, I know you're a computers guy, big basketball, junkie. To win your second straight game by double what you were supposed to, and obviously get a boost in the computer rankings. I know it's early in the season, but and every point matters with the computers. How nice is it to not only win, but to get some style points too?
Yeah, and I know Bernie really cares about that as well, because it is important when they're looking at those statistics at the end of the year. Where you are in the net matters, where you are defense efficiency matters. Bernie's always in our ear about that, and you kind of just see it. We have to play to the last horn just because it affects it. And winning by 22 and I don't know what the spread was, but whatever it was, it matters. So it was a good win for us tonight.
Omar, you mentioned rebounding. Obviously, first year of the program, Liam has made the cornerstone of this program to be a good rebounder. What have you kind of learned about rebounding from Liam so far?
I've learned that you can't. It's not all athletics. You know what I mean? You can't just go up and go get the ball. And I've learned that you have to do little things in order to get the rebound. And I've just kind of worked on that. I've also learned that it's a team rebounding. You have to rebound as a team. We all have to rebound, not just one person. And so I think we've done a really, really good job of that.
Max, I don't know, the comparison game isn't always fun or whatever, but you've been around here for a while. How unique is what Omar is kind of bringing to the table for you guys?
Yeah, it's something I've had to adjust to. I haven't had a guy like him, honestly, in there, like doing what he does. So I have to adjust to make sure I give him the ball in there. He's just so dominant. So I've been working on that in practice, and he knows that. He's been killing it in practice. So that's been a big emphasis for us. And I think tonight you kind of saw him, how good he played when we actually fed him the ball enough. So that's been huge for us, just trying to get the post as many touches as possible.
How exciting is it to know that it just shows you guys are getting better? Like, how exciting is that, I guess?
It's very exciting, and I got another storyline for you guys. Me and Deggy are trying to eclipse 1,000 together in Spokane because we're both at 980. So I think it'd be really cool to do that in our hometown. Obviously, it doesn't matter. We're not going to force anything, but we're both at 980, and I just think it's really cool that we get to go to our hometown with the chance to do that.
You guys are tied at
980 together.
Cool,
isn't that
man.
wild?
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It only took me twice as long.
Well, there you go. How about that? 980 career points for both Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart, and they will both look to eclipse the 1,000 career points mark on Thursday when they go back home to their hometown, Spokane, Washington, the hometown for both Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart. So pretty cool. They're both at 980 career points, and you heard Max joke that it took him twice as long as Degenhart, which it did, but Boise State again, win this one 88-65. Going to take a quick 90-second timeout. Thank a couple of our sponsors. We'll hear from Leon Rice coming up. We'll look at the final stat sheet as well. Don't go anywhere. We're breaking down a 23-point win for Boise State. Plenty more to come on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show back in 90 seconds. All Bronco Nation news broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out rowpaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact rowpaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is rowpaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. Back here courtside, ExtraMile Arena. My name is BJ Rains. This is Bronco Nation News. We cover Boise State athletics on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course, BroncoNationNews.com. We'd love to have your subscription, BNN 50 deal, $50 for a full year subscription to Bronco Nation News. You can read Mike Prater's columns, my articles, all of our exclusive content, as well as our exclusive shows as well. Again, BroncoNationNews.com. BNN 50 deal is that promo code. And we were in LA last night for the LA Bowl. Now we're back here covering Boise State basketball. Good work covering BSU over the last week, JD says. Appreciate you that, JD. Todd, I can only assume you're kidding with this. I'm really loving the pregame video. Really gets me pumped up because I put that on social media. Second straight game. And again, this is not in taking a shot at anybody in marketing or anybody in particular. The video itself is fine, but just not a big fan of the new video that they've got going, and it takes away all the pregame energy, all the pregame hype. In the past, as soon as the clap was done, introducing the student section, they had the siren and they got straight to jock jams, and everybody was on their feet, and the place was rocking at tip-off. And so far, literally 2 games in a row, Michael Buffer has been about to say, let's get ready to rumble, and they've cut him off because the ball's tipped. So they're just, the timing is not right. It's off. If you want to play the video, that's fine, but you got to start the video and the whole sequence of starting lineups earlier so you have more time. If not, you got to get rid of the video. It's nothing in particular with whoever made the video. The video itself is fine, but it kills the pregame energy. For whatever reason, they're kind of just sandwiching in this 25-second video right before tip-off, and no one's on their feet, no one's clapping, and then no one's even really ready for the tip-off. So I don't know why they changed it. Last year was awesome right before tip-off. They had the crowd on their feet, rocking. Jock Jams was playing. For whatever reason, they added the video this year, and it really has kind of killed the pregame vibe. So we'll see. Got Utah Valley coming up in for the next home game. Hopefully they figure it out and realize that if they want this place rocking and people paying attention to tip-off, they need to get rid of the video or at least move the timing up so you still have time. I mean, literally, the referee was about to toss the ball up today, right as Michael Buffer was about to say, let's get ready to rumble, and then they had to kill it because the ball tipped off, and you didn't even get the most climactic point of the song. So don't understand it. It's one of my pet peeves, I guess. It is what it is, but I'm going to keep saying it because this place can get loud, this place can be rocking, and you want it right from tip-off. And early in the game, for whatever reason this year, they just haven't had much energy energy because they change up that video, and I think it just kind of screws things up, to be honest, early in the game. Kurt says I do a great job. Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate that. Thank you all the other folks for all of your kind words. Jordan says only fair Tyson gets it first at his pace. Hey, you know what? If they can both get it on Thursday, they're in a pretty good chance to win the game. I'll tell you what, if Max Rice and Tyson both get 20 on Thursday in Spokane, you're going to be feeling pretty good about Boise State's chances. Again, look at the stat sheet. Max Rice had 24 tonight, 19 for Abo, 15 for Degenhart, 14 for Stanley. Stanley also had 10 rebounds, so 14 and 10, the first career double-double for Omar Stanley. 9 rebounds and 15 points for Degenhart as well, so he just missed it there in 31 minutes. But Roddy Anderson only scored 2 points, but still had one of his better games as the Broncos. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, and a plus 22 for Roddy Anderson. So I thought he played really well tonight. And again, Boise State shoots 49% from the field. And then they are 55% in the first half, 41 in the second half. Didn't play quite as well. They were up 29 at halftime, let it get a little bit, but ended up at 23, I think was the final margin. So still a nice win. You've improved in the Ken Pom numbers, I think 5 points. We'll see what the net rankings are, but you were supposed to win by 11 or 12. You win by 23. So that's a quality metrics win, a quality computer win, and that's 5 wins in a row now. Boise State 8-3 on the season. They are rolling. They are playing well. Let's hear from the head coach of the Boise State men's basketball team, Leon Rice. The first question I asked Leon about the 20 straight home wins and the significance.
I walk in here and was like, "Where's Rachel?" And they say, "She's not doing it." Okay. Is something burning?
It does smell like it. It's next door.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Leon, you guys obviously over your time here played very well at home, and you talk about milestones and things. Is there any significance to the 20 straight, the home record?
Absolutely, because the significance is, when I took this job, that was a priority, is you can't have a good program if you don't have a good home court. And it's just getting better and better, and we need, I gave a shout out to our fans, but we don't get these things done without great atmosphere, these guys work so hard that nothing's worse than coming out and seeing an empty arena. When you come out and see your fans support and there's energy in the room, it helps you because, there's always ups and downs through season. There's nights when you maybe didn't play your best or shots didn't go like they did tonight, but the fans get you through that, and the home energy gets you through that, and North Texas is a great example of that down the stretch. I mean, that's just the best example because it's the one of the most recent, but that's quite a streak and quite an accomplishment. I give credit to our home court and our fans and that come to the games. We need more. We're going to need this league is a monster. We have one more preseason, one more non-league game right after Christmas against a really good team. So we need a great crowd for that, but then we need it throughout the league because it's going to be a crusade to get a win every night.
You guys had a season with 7 turnovers tonight. What was you taking care of the basketball?
It says 11. Is that right?
I thought you were at 7.
It didn't seem like very many, but yeah.
It seemed like 7 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. When you said that, I didn't know. No, we did a great job. I mean, that first half was, man, we were clicking. And you could see how the parts are all coming together and making each other better. And that's what we looked like to start that game. And it was, that was one of the better halves. It's the latest one, so I don't. But it felt like one of the better halves we've played. I don't know since when, but we had some great halves in here. But that was great for a lot of reasons. We guarded. Even the shots they made were kind of tough. We guarded. We took care of the ball. We got a lot of assists. We took the right shots. We went in and out, and then we rebounded. The rebounding 44-25 with 18 offensive rebounds. That was impressive. So these guys had a great approach because, people walk out of here and like, oh, Fullerton. No, Fullerton's a really good team. They're really well coached, and you got to make shots against them because the way they don't give you shots, you got to be able to get good ones because they will. You saw them; they just kept grinding. In the second half, they were, they looked good. So give our guys credit for a terrific approach and to beat a good team tonight and make, it ended up being by 23, but there won't be many teams that beat them by 23.
When you look at the stat sheet, I don't know if Roddy's will jump off at you, but you get 6 rebounds from your point guard, get 4 assists, 0 turnovers, 27 minutes.
Yeah.
He was pretty dynamic in the last 4 minutes of the first half, particularly.
Yeah.
Just what have you started to see out of Roddy?
No, it's exactly, his decision-making was terrific because there were times where he could have shot and he didn't. He got guys shots. He went and got rebounds. You're starting to see how all those parts fit together, and when they play their role at the highest level, whatever that role will be with each guy, then we're really good. And I thought he did a great job of that because, like you said, we went on I think 12-0 run or something to end that half, and that blew open the game. If it was 12 points, or I think it might have been 17. Yeah, that's right. And so it went from being a ball game to, somewhat. And you credit him for that because he hit the shooters when he needed to hit the shooters. He went north-south when he needed to go north-south. I was really impressed. He looked like a really good point guard, and then so great win, great team win. Like you're starting to see the guys, when you put this team together for what they can become but we're still scratching the surface. We got a lot to get better at, and we're headed that way, though. That's a good sign.
Kind of building off that, you come back from the East Coast, you're 3-3, and St. Mary's up, you have North Texas.
Yeah.
Now you look up, you're on a 5-game winning streak. You're starting to get things rolling a little bit. The last 2 games, you've doubled what the computers thought you were going to do. Do you feel like this in the month of December here, these last 4 or 5 games, you're starting to look more and play more like the team you're looking to?
No doubt, because and first of all, it starts with being able to get on the practice floor with them because these guys are coachable, and it's always a fine line. You got to stay fresh, but you got to get stuff done on the practice floor for us to get better. And I think Coach Burns did a terrific job getting our ball screen D a lot better, and Coach Durier's gotten them to understand our offense and where we get shots and how we get them and how we make each other better. The player development stuff is, so you gotta have some minutes out there on the practice floor because, especially with this group, is, man, there's a lot of hungry guys that want to get better, and those minutes that we get really, really help us.
How much was the start too? You've had some games.
Well, there he is, Leon Rice, and he talks for another 4 or 5 minutes. You can go watch that. We'll get the whole video posted to the ICCU YouTube channel, Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. It is youtube.com/Bronco Nation News. And again, we appreciate Idaho Central Credit Union sponsoring the chat on our YouTube channel. So ICCU.com, there's a branch pretty much on every corner, but the mobile e-branch online banking, so easy to use their app. And very appreciative of Idaho Central Credit Union and their support of Bronco Nation News. So check them out, ICCU.com. We appreciate their support, as I said, of Bronco Nation News. Also appreciate Taco Bell, our friends at Taco Bell. I saw Steven Nicolason here, SON Management, the Nicolason family. They do a tremendous job. So if you're looking for breakfast, looking for a meal this evening, go hit up Taco Bell and support your Treasure Valley local Taco Bell restaurants because they are supporting Boise State. They're giving tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars for student scholarships at Boise State. They've committed over $300,000 for the men's and women's programs, believe by 2026. And they're hiring too. So if you're looking for a job, check out TacoBellWorks.com. Again, TacoBellWorks.com is the website, and they're hiring. So appreciate our friends over at Taco Bell. And of course, BVA Dev as well, Tommy Alquist and Company. If you're looking for a developer, you need new space, BVADev.com. Check them out. BVA, they are Idaho's developer, and we appreciate them. And all of our sponsors, you see the RowPaint.com logo up in the corner. Our title sponsor is RowPaint.com. Check them out, ROEPaint.com. If you're looking for any residential painting on the interior, exterior of your home, commercial, industrial, you name it. And obviously the concrete coatings is kind of what they're famous for your garage, your basement, your back patio, those concrete coatings. We have it on our back patio and our garage, and we highly recommend the folks at rowpainting.com. There would be no Bronco Nation News without rowpaint.com. So check them out, support them, and we appreciate them and all of our sponsors' support of Bronco Nation News. Holly says he's right. The home court makes the game. Let's pack the X on December 29th against Utah Valley. They announced the crowd tonight at 9,178. I'm guessing there was probably 5,000 here maybe. It was not a huge crowd, but obviously with it being a Sunday afternoon, had the game yesterday, not a sexy opponent. Wasn't expecting it to be the biggest crowd of the season, but thought that it was a decent crowd. But they won big. Didn't need them to be super into the game or energetic. It was kind of a ho hum Sunday matinee here at ExtraMile Arena, but certainly you got some big games coming up. You got Utah Valley at home, and then you got Colorado State at home. And if Boise State can find a way to go up to Spokane on Thursday and win this game against Washington State, they're going to have a chance here as I bump the screen here, so I apologize for that. But they're going to have a chance to go on a nice winning streak here. They could beat Utah Valley and then go to San Jose and get a win, and you could have Boise State on an 8-game winning streak and sitting at 11-3 on the season when a top 15 ranked Colorado State team comes to town here in a couple of weeks. So some big games coming up on the horizon, and again, Boise State starting to round into form nicely here. 5 wins in a row. They have not lost in the month of December. Their last loss came over on the East Coast. They have not lost a game in the Central or Western time zones yet this season. They went 1-3 on that East Coast trip, and those are the only 3 losses on the season. So 8-3. Broncos starting to play better, starting to look better. And again, I know everybody was wanting to get all over Nevada and some of these other teams for the early starts to the season they got on, but I think Boise State is proven to be one of the better teams in the Mountain West and is going to be right there competing for a Mountain West title when it's all said and done. The Broncos up to number 73 at KenPom, probably will be up a number of spots in the net rankings as well. So Thursday, Washington State coming in at number 66 at KenPom right now. Boise State projected to lose by 2 points. So it's going to be a nice 50-50 game. They're a big game Boise State really could use before they head off for the holiday break here. So that's Thursday night. And, of course, Bronco Nation News will, as is the usual nowadays, the only local media outlet expected to make the trip up to Spokane. You got Bob Beeler, obviously, on the radio call and then there for KTIK, but otherwise they'll just be Bronco Nation News courtside there at Spokane Arena. So appreciate all you guys for checking us out. Going to jump off here and get our story written. Been a long couple of days with the game yesterday. Quick turnaround, couple hours of sleep. Got here for the pregame show. So they're cleaning up the arena here. And we're going to write our story, get our videos uploaded, and then get home and see my kids for the first time in like 6 days. So appreciate you guys. If you're able to subscribe, we'd love to have you. BNN50 deals, the promo code BNN50 deal, $50 for a full year of coverage at Bronco Nation News and all the exclusive articles and shows and things. We'd love to have you help support us if you can. We're about 66 away from getting to 1,000. So would love to get to 1,000, and that'd be a huge milestone for me. So if you're able to help us out, we're at 935, something like that, 936 paid subscribers. We're trying to make that push to 1,000. So if you're able to help us out, we would really appreciate that. Again, BNN50 deal, and you can sign up at BroncoNationNews.com. The YouTube channel, the Facebook, the Twitter, all of our social media channels. Hopefully you will follow us there as well. Again, final score 88-65, 24 points for Max Rice. He plays well yet again. Chibuzo Abo with 19. Again, Tyson Degenhart with 15-9. Omar Stanley 14-10. Boise State 5 in a row. They're rolling right now, and they got a big one coming up Thursday at Washington State. John Mallory and I, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Join us at 9 a.m. tomorrow. John Mallory and I will be on live, Bronco Nation News Live at 9 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday. We'll talk about the football game. We'll get Johnny's thoughts there. We'll talk basketball as well. A lot to get to, and we'll do it 9 a.m. every day this week. We'll kick it off with John Mallory, 9 a.m. on Monday with Bronco Nation News Live. Again, our title sponsor, rowpaint.com, Lithia, Florida, Boise, Cutwater Spirits, all of our great sponsors. We appreciate you. We thank you, and hope you have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Again, final score 88-65. Boise State, 5 wins in a row. They're 8-3. I know the football game didn't go great yesterday, but the basketball team's rolling and a little better feeling today than it was yesterday on the postgame show. So have a great rest of your evening, and John Mallory and I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Again, signing off from ExtraMile Arena, 88-65 the final. My name is BJ Rains. Go subscribe, and again, check us out, Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.